Okay, now that our TV is on, our big tablet TV is on, we're ready to use it. In this video, let's take a look at how to use this in a few ways without even connecting it to a computer. It can stand alone and do quite a bit for us. Just like a tablet, there's some shortcuts here, there, and everywhere, but I really want to start by pointing out the toolbars as I go off camera so I can show you. On either side, there are these little arrows coming up, and these will bring up the toolbars. And I really want to point this out. So again, they're on both sides, so no matter which side you're standing on, you can get to the toolbars very quickly. Let me come back over here and bring the left side back up. So over here in the toolbars really lets me navigate and get to anything in this TV. So let me bring that up one more time. It's almost like a waffle. Let me bring that in a little bit closer. This one right here with the 9 different dots is going to bring up all of my apps. So everything will show up here, including Chrome. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's start off with Note. Note is going to turn this into a big interactive whiteboard that you can use with your students or for yourself. It's asking if I want to load my last unsaved file. I do not on this time, but you might have the time where, yeah, I do want it to load the last thing I was working on. So that's a nice feature. All right, so this is now a nice big whiteboard. Let me make sure I have a pen with a nice color on it. And I grabbed one of the 2 pins that stick magnetically on this. That's really nice, so they hopefully won't get lost. And it's just a plastic stylus, really. If you don't want to be bothered by using that or can't find them right now, your finger works great. A chopstick works great. A plastic spoon worked great for me the other day. So a lot of different touches with this. But again, a finger works very well. Okay. So I'm writing on there. As I'm looking, I'm going to make my pen a little bit bigger. And also, if I touch the pen again, I can also change the color of the pen. And along my tools here, one of them is an eraser, another one is Clean All, which would clear the whole screen. But also on my hand, I have, if I use this and rub it across, just like I would on an old whiteboard, it will turn into an eraser. It didn't for the first second, but there we go. So you have a built-in tools right here with you. And again, you could have selected an eraser as well, or Clean All would clear it all in one. A lot of people ask very quickly, so let's address that. Can I change the background of this? Absolutely. Over here on your bottom left is Menu. And under Menu, you'll see Template. And you have all sorts of different lined papers under the templates. Or if I change to background, I can change the background color. A lot of teachers like to get a less harsh color. So there is white that works well for you for a nice high contrast. Some people like to do black and then change their pen to a light or bright color like yellow. As long as there's high contrast and you're very mindful of very common colors that are difficult to discern with color blindness, you should just be fine. So you just find your preference. My preference is something a little bit light of the background and then using a darker pen. But again, use different things for different times. And back to Menu and Template. And don't forget that there's these wonderful lines as well. All sorts of different ones. There's other tools like a ruler that I can bring up and move around. I'm just dragging that around. There's a shape tool. And I can choose a circle and make it red. And I'm just making the 2D, two-dimensional. And there's a nice red circle. However, you might want to bring your students up. So let me go ahead and I don't need to necessarily erase this. I'm just going to hit add. It's going to add a second piece of paper, if you will. Oh, the ruler is still up. Let me X the ruler out. If I want to bring up not just one, but a few students up to write something, I can do that and by using partition. So when I click on partition, it says 2P for 2 people, or 2 partitions probably, 3P for 3 partitions, and 4P for 4 partitions. So I just chose 4 partitions. And I know it's a little bit light on the recording, but there's a partition here, here, and here. So you can invite 4 learners up to the board. They all have their own pen and they can write simultaneously. There's a mind mapping tool. There's not a lot to it, but we've got a few others. Let me add one more slide. The one thing I've not shown you yet is the Smart Write. The Smart Write, let me make sure it's in a good color that we can see. Okay, black pen. All right, so I'm going to I'll go ahead and write with my finger. And it's going to turn it into more of a typed look. Spacing is generally a little bit difficult with that, and obviously I was trying to use lined paper before. If I hit select, I can then move around all those letters and move them into a different position, or click on it once and hit delete, and that's by using again the select tool. Okay, so now let's leave the Note app and let's go to Chrome and bring up a website again without even being connected to a computer.
In the next video, we will still use the LG CreateBoard without a computer, and we will use Chrome to display websites.